I've had this hardcore world for over 3 years, and I'm about to reach 9,000 days. That means we are 90% of the way to the goal of 10,000 days, and then I will jump in the void, ending the series. 1.21 just came out, which means there's new farms to build and items to collect. But first, 8 new wolves were added, and all of them can be found in these different biomes. So I'm going to try and tame all of them to get the whole pack advancement. That is going to require a load of bones, and it's going to be easier if I also head to new chunks. So I'm going to fly over the nether, build a portal, and start searching. And here we go. First one spotted. You shall be the chosen one. There you go, 2 bones, and it's going to be difficult to take you home, so I'm going to leave you there forever and ever and ever. Alright, just kidding, I wouldn't do that to you. If you can make it home without dying in the nether, then you can live with me forever, okay? Deal? Yeah, I think we've got a deal. Congratulations. Clearly, you are a survivor. In fact, that is the name that I will give you. Survivor. Now we're officially attached to him. And now you can live in here with all of my other dogs. Yeah, this prison dog kennel is going to get pretty cramped if I get every single dog back. I've already got the rusty variant. I've now got the woods one. I will have to tame a brand new pale one for it to head towards all 9 wolves of the advancement. But hey, 2 out of 9 so far is not bad. But you know what I already do have all 9 of? The 1,000 days posters. Yes, just look at them all. Nicely up to day 8,000. And for 9,000 days, here is the latest one. I think it's another awesome one. Show me collect all of the rare blocks, getting stranded at the world border. I've also signed every single one by hand, which took loads and loads of hours, but I hope that you'll like it. And I've also got a collection of every single one on my wall in real life, which I think looks pretty cool. So check out the 9,000 days poster on sp737.store and add it to your collection, or start your collection right now. And you'd better be quick, because once they sell out, they are gone forever. Perfect, and now I'd better collect the rest of them wolves, since I've still got another 7 to go. Another one. Now, I already have this type of wolf at home, but it does add to the counter. Because of that, I'm not going to take you home. Sorry, little fella, but you can live in this village. Yes, this guy will take good care of you. I mean, it's not like he's stupid enough to walk into some trapdoors and never be able to escape it. Are you serious? Really? That was a trap? Don't worry, little fella. I'm sure you're in safe hands. In this biome, we can find the Ashen one, so I'm hoping that they're lurking somewhere inside. Yes, we've got him. Okay, protect me. Okay, if you defeat... Oh, there's loads of them. Yeah, that's right. Not so tough now, are you, you stupid guy? All right, well, you seem like a nice wolf. Let's go with you. Whoa, whoa. Don't... whoa, do you think you are? Leave my dog alone. Be healed, little fella. You deserve it. Welcome home, and I'm going to call you Ash. Aha. Wolf spotted. It's the striped variant, and that is 5 out of 9. And I've just found the spotted wolf too. Welcome both of you to the very cramped kennel. I found an old growth pine tiger where the black wolf can spawn. Let's see if we can find him. Aha! Welcome, little fella, to the team. And it turns out this is an old growth spruce, which has more of the smaller trees, with the chestnut wolf. Let's get you tamed and take both of you back home. And now the final wolf is the snowy one, found in the grove biome. Here's one up ahead with the wolf. Let's go, so we can tame you up. And we have completed the whole pack. And now let's get you home. And I'm gonna go above the nether this time, just to make traveling back much easier. There we go. You're not all getting names. You're not all getting armor. If you live in there for 8,000 days, then I'll think about it. And 1.21 has now made it so that a brand new farm is possible to be built. You see, we can now use cobwebs to brew weaving. And if a mob has the weaving effect, when you take it out, cobwebs will spawn, as you can see. This means that cobwebs are now not only renewable, but also farmable as well. So I'm going to go ahead and repair my elytra, and then I'll collect up all of the needed items to build the cobweb farm. Every needed item is inside of these shulker boxes, except for a couple of things. For example, I'll need a load of shears, which I could get from a stack of iron. And I'll need a load of splash potions of weaving, which will be splashed onto the mobs, so that I get the cobwebs. To get the machine going, that should be enough. Oops, well, I just accidentally I meant to place down the shulker box. Oh, well, you know what? We've got perfect amount of space now. If I die, I'll spawn a cobweb. Well, I hope I don't. It's really not worth that for one cobweb, is it? And we're going to be building this farm in the end dimension. That's so that, kind of like the Skulk farm, we can take out Endermen that spawn and use them to generate the cobwebs. Also going to quickly nip back because I need dirt to bridge outwards and actually be able to build it. And now the building of this can begin, starting off with the storage at the bottom. And straight away already, I've just realized, forgotten the hopper minecart. So I'll just quickly remove this entire dirt bridge. Then I'll grab a hopper minecart from home, a boat, which I also happen to need, a few pieces of string, and we need an endermite, which means we need ender pearls. Let's get that added to there and get back to building. The reason for all the double carpets is so that the Enderman cannot teleport onto these. They can't teleport onto double carpet. This dispenser has lava in it, which is what takes out the Enderman. And this chest will be full of the weaving pots, but I don't want to fill it just yet. And it's the same for the shears here. They'll be there. But I want to finish the redstone first so that we don't activate anything. Because once I place this torch here, loads of redstone's going to get activated, which is why I was avoiding that. Now to build the giant chute that all of the Endermen will fall down. This big platform up here is what the Endermen are going to spawn on. And the carpets and walls are what are going to protect an Endermite that is going to be living above this wall. And this is where I have the very fun task of trying to spawn an Endermite and get him in this boat. I'll begin by just throwing loads and loads of ender pearls. Eventually, one has to spawn, doesn't it? In fact, I think, does it spawn? Okay, well, we got it anyway. I was about to say, does it spawn where you land or where you throw it from? I think it's where you throw it from. Next, we need to name tag him. It's going to be called Bait. There we go. And then hopefully he goes, yes, he's in the boat. Okay, it actually worked. This 10 times easier getting him in a boat than it is into a minecart. And once he's in the boat, you can't name him, which is why I had to do it before. So he is now ready. And in actual fact, the whole farm should be ready. All that's stopping it is that I have all of these guys in this little place right here. And this is a mob switch. This means that no mobs will spawn in the end. That is, unless I lower my render distance so that they're no longer here. And Enderman should be spawning. Yep, it's working. I'm going to craft every single one of them shears and add them to this chest. All of the weaving can go into here. And then for it to fully work, we just go ahead and drop into here. Look slightly to the left. Not exactly forward, but slightly left. And when we touch the string, which is somewhere up here, you can see it's just above my head. It then activates everything. And there you go. It all happens. We've got cobwebs. So I'm now going to mine said cobwebs. So you just literally hold in left click and it is mining all of them. And you know you've got the right angle if you can get that end one round there. I didn't get it this time, so obviously I wasn't looking far enough to the left. And when I go up, the water activates the trapdoors and pushes the cobwebs out so that I can pick them up, which is perfect. So yeah, we could just basically keep going around. We don't, thankfully, we don't break that gate, which is a good thing. Just accidentally broke a bit of glass. I'll put dirt there for now. I think it should be okay. And I've just realized that not very many Endermen are spawning because they're all spawning on this farm over here. Yeah, I obviously built them a little bit too close. I think the easiest way to get around that will be to fly away so they despawn and just make my render distance even lower. That should take them out of the equation. And then I can run this farm properly. Now, in a very short space of time, I have managed to get over a stack of cobwebs, some of which is filtering into the storage. We're also getting ender pearls. So now I'm going to head back home to brew loads more weaving. And I'm also going to turn all of these nether stars into beacons because having haste 2 will make the farm that little bit better. Let's get the chests restocked. It'd be cool if I could connect this to an automatic weaving potion brewer, wouldn't it? But for the effort that would take, it's probably not worth it, is it? I'll also build this beacon for haste 2 and then spawn proof it so that I don't have to worry about enderman spawns. Right now, getting to the storage is also kind of annoying, so I'm going to improve that a little bit. This damage can be fixed. I don't want it to be a dirt block. And I've just realized in adding all this glass that the enderman will be able to teleport onto it, so I better stop that by using waterlogged leaves instead, because endermen aren't able to teleport onto that. And with that, I'm ready to properly put this farm to the test and get as many cobwebs as possible for the next couple of days. You'll also see that my shears have just broke, but I pick up a new pair just like that and then can continue using the farm. So yeah, it perfectly replenishes your shears. The design is by Razeworks. It's a really, really cool one. I absolutely love it. So now let's get loads and loads of cobwebs. The farm has been running very well, but I've run out of the weaving potions, so there's no point using the farm any longer. Even more cobwebs in here, nice. And so many ender pearls, look at them all. Okay, it's kind of an ender pearl farm as well. And realistically, I don't think I'll need more cobwebs than this anytime soon. And the next farm that I'm now going to build is a silverfish slime farm. It's built using Allaze, the new infested effect, and the new oozing effect. just like the cobweb farm, it's going to take quite a few different items. So I'm going to get to work collecting all of them. So I've just noticed, guys, that 1.21 has nerfed void trading because going through in gateways now works as like a chunk loader and loads the chunks. So after you open the inventory, if you don't wait long enough, for example, look, I've done that. I go back through, and that is now, it's not restocked. But this time I've waited a while. I'm going to make it so that that's got an X on the name tags. And I go back to him now, and it's gone back. So you have to wait ages. It's just made it really slow. So it's probably quicker for me to just grab a few shulker boxes of sand and add them to the super smelter. And then as the glass is produced, it goes down the water tunnel and into my chest room storage, which then nicely filters into this chest. Anyway, time to stop getting distracted with glass and instead focus on getting what I need. And this farm is going to use the brand new crafter to automatically turn all of the slime balls into slime blocks. It's going to save me so much storage. And that is everything. I'm also going to grab a few amethyst shards, then I can duplicate the allays. And doing that duplication will also require a music disc. I tell you what, let's go with Pigstep. Doesn't the poster look great in here? I will add it to the art gallery. I just need to extend that wall. Yeah, we haven't quite got the space for it just yet. But yeah, first things first, Operation Build the Slime Farm. And I kind of feel like right here is the spot to build it. I might just have to flatten out a little bit of the terrain, which not only involves mining blocks, but also placing them as well. I'm starting off with the storage system. And because this farm produces hundreds of thousands of slime per hour, we're going to need a lot of chests. Every single one of the crafters is now placed down, and all of these campfires are going to be what actually takes out the slimes. And the reason campfires are good is because it'll take out the mob, but the hoppers underneath can still pick up the items. This glass chute is what all of the silverfish are going to fall down, and when they die, the slimes will be produced. And I'm also going to use cobwebs so that they fall a little bit slower. Then more of them can get splashed with oozing as well. So the cobweb farm has already come in handy. This right here is the system that's going to dispense the oozing potions. So we need a stack and 10 in there. And that will just mean that every so often an oozing potion gets dispensed onto the cobwebs. And this system right here is what will splash the allays with the infested effect. So we also need to put 2 stacks and 61 items in there. This also needs to be water so that they get pushed upwards. And because the allays can't get past this wall, they'll get to the top and get stuck, but the silverfish can, and they will flow to here. You'll see it in action. Let's just top it off with a roof. And then I need to actually go and get some allays into it. And I also thought I'd add these ladders into my house because they should be there. It looks weird without them. Now, whilst you have been trapped here for thousands and thousands of days, I think I'm just going to leave you there. Poor guy. I'm going to go into here to get some allays. Yes, we've got plenty in there. In my ender chest, I've got plenty of leads. He's got one of my totems. Whoa! What do you think you're doing with a totem, little fella? Well, anyway, let's not point fingers. Instead, let's grab a few of them. Basically, the more allays we have, the better the farm will be. Where do you think you're going? You're not just floating off. They get released for the first time in years as well, and they're doing everything. Wait, are you outside? No, I'm happy with 4 staying in there. I can always duplicate more anyway. Yep, guys, come with me. And I don't really know how I'm going to get them all in without some sort of disaster. But at the very least, I can try my best. So basically, the way this is going to work is I just have to get them to go into here. Here's an idea. What if I give them an item? Give me back my totem first, mate. I give them an item, and I throw the item, like, here, so that he tries to go and get it. Come on. You do your job. Here we go. He spotted it. Now, and go in. Oh, we got one in. Okay. Is that the one? Oh, that's the one. He spotted it and went in. Okay, the plan's working. Here, have one for you as well. And then in you go. Don't ask, guys. I tried to fly. I released the allays. I've got a few allays in there, and because they regenerate their health so fast, they can just infinitely take damage. They'll never die. And if I put a music disc on and right-click them all, as you can see... Oh, okay, I just let it out. I didn't mean to touch that trapdoor. I let them all out. Alrighty, we've got them all back in. I can breed more. And now all I need is the infested and oozing potions. Right now, I'm manually brewing them, but I think I'll build a little simple machine that will allow me to do it much faster. That should be all the oozing that I'll need for now. And I've got a couple of infested ones, so I can at least get the farm going. And then whilst it's running, I can brew more. That's a perfect plan. So infested can go in here because every time a mob takes damage, it has a 10% chance to spawn 1 to 2 silverfish when it has the infested effect. These allays are constantly drowning for the rest of their life. And then in here is where the oozing effect will go. Because when the silverfish have the oozing effect and they die, they'll spawn slime. In theory, it should work perfectly. I'm gonna see if I can breed any more of these quickly. It doesn't look like it, does it? I'll probably have to wait a little bit longer. Whilst I'm waiting that time, I'm gonna brew even more infested ones. Now to load up this chest, breed more allays, and then get ready for the magic to happen. Once we flick this lever, they're gonna get the infested effect. Loads of silverfish are gonna start spawning. You ready? And here we go. The silverfish are coming through. It's very, very cool indeed. So yeah, silverfish will just keep coming through over and over again. The more allays we get, the more silverfish we'll have. And then if we flick this lever, the timer will start for splashing the oozing effect. So here we go. It's about to happen. They're gonna get splashed. They've now got all oozing. Apparently, I've got the oozing effect as well. And once they start to get through the cobwebs, they're gonna start falling here. And as they die, they're going to produce slimes. The slimes are gonna die straight away on the campfires. And the slime balls are just gonna come through so fast. As you can see, into the crafters, we have got them. Oh, I need to turn it on so it actually starts crafting them. So, now that this redstone's activating, the crafters will be constantly crafting anytime they fill with slime. And when that happens, we get slime blocks into here. Absolutely fantastic. And as I said, once I get more allays in there, this will speed up even more. Because right now, this isn't even that many silverfish. Yes, this is really going to solve my slime block problems. And if I'd have built this in the end dimension, I could have chunk loaded it and it would work no matter where I am, which is kind of awesome too. But if I'm in the same dimension as this and I'm over 128 blocks away, the silverfish will just despawn, which is why I kind of need to stay near it for where it is right now. So I'll breed a few more allays and I'll keep doing that every 5 minutes, and I'm going to make myself a nice little safety spot so that I will not be in any trouble and the farm will be running, getting me loads of slime. The farm was running really well, but completely run out of oozing, haven't I? So all I've got now is a silverfish farm with a ridiculous amount of silverfish, yeah, just dropping down here for no reason. And across the board, if we add up all the slime blocks that I got, it's over a shulker box worth. Yes, this is a very, very good farm. Only gonna get faster as I add more allays. In fact, eventually, I want it to be so fast that the hoppers can't keep up, and then I know I've got enough allays. An entire shulker box of slime blocks in only 1 day of running the farm. Wow. The oozing effect really is OP. I also need to properly solve this problem of running out of the potions. Like, we're not even far off running out of infested, are we? In theory, I do have this machine, but it's a bit complicated and annoying to change the ingredients, and I can't really add any other ingredients. So whilst that would be extremely fast, I'm going to go for something a little simpler just for the moment. These are literally all the items I need. Not many at all. And I think it's going to be best if I build it outside. I'll build it here near the goat breeder when I was trying to get screaming goats. So it's going to start off with some redstone like so, and a button in the middle. And then we're going to kind of do this pattern going upwards. So once again, another 4 hoppers going into those. No, well, not like that. Not on top at all. So the way it'll work is the nether wart will be brewed here. Then it'll add the weaving, the oozing, whatever I want to do. And then this will make it splash. And the idea is that the hoppers are all going to be powered. And that's what makes them brew. And that's pretty much it. I just need to get the ingredients and add in all of the water bottles. So the way this works is when I push the button, any potions that are in this brewing stand move to this one, start brewing. Then they move to this one. And it just kind of works like that. So as you can see, they all refill and come down here. And I've also added a timer here. So if I press this button, it will go ahead, do the empty, refill them all. They'll start brewing. And when the 20 seconds is up, I could have done this way more effectively, but I decided to just use loads of repeaters. But yeah, when the signal gets all the way around, it will empty them all, and it'll just keep going round itself over and over again. I'm very happy with the system, and I'm going to take these to add them to the farm. And I'm going to increase the size of the storage so that I can run this for much longer. I've really expanded the amount of water bottles that this can hold. I've expanded the amount of ingredients that I can put in by putting hoppers above, and the storage significantly increases. Well, how did you guys get in there? But yeah, basically, I've got more than enough stuff that I need to run this slime farm for quite a long time. And so that's what I'm going to do. Everything's as well stocked as it can be. I'm going to start up the farm and try and breed a few more allays if I can. And I'll see how much slime I can get. I reckon that's now definitely long enough. And the reason I say that is because I've run out of the oozing potions, which means we're no longer getting slimes at the bottom. But boy, have we got a lot of slime blocks. And escape slime too. What are you guys doing out here? So I shall now grab a few lime green shulker boxes and fill them up. Looks like my problem of not having any slime is definitely fixed. Perfect. Now in this room, I have a collection of every single mob. But it's actually not every single mob. Because recently, the game has added armadillos, the bogged, and the breeze. So not only do I need to go and capture those mobs, I've also got to work out where on earth am I gonna put them? Well, yeah, I'll cross that bridge when I get to it. First things first, let's go out and capture all 3 of those mobs. Starting with the armadillo, because I think that one's gonna be the easiest. All I need to do is try and find a savannah, but we've not found one just yet. Hang on a minute. And so now I just need to see if I can spot the little armadillo. Hang on a minute. Could it be? There you are, little fella. I'm assuming I can put them on leads. Yep, I'm gonna bring 2 of them back, just because then if I ever need another armadillo, I've got them forever. In fact, shall I bring 3, 4? Yeah, you can all come back. You're all welcome. Although, having said that, if I'm going to safely get them all back, I should probably remove this particular portal. Then go above the nether, rebuild the portal. And of course, I messed it up. For some reason, I need to be over there, but the portal is in completely the wrong place. I'm going to see what happens if we go through here. Are we going to connect? It's risky, I know. Okay, yeah, guys, you don't want to be here. I'm sorry. Let's get you home. And instead, let's get you through this one. Alrighty, Armadillo team, let's get moving. Welcome, guys. I don't know what I'm going to do with you just yet. So for now, I'll grab a fence and tie you all up. And these next guys are going to be quite annoying, so I'm going to get armor that doesn't have any thorns on it. And then I'm going to head to a swamp. The good thing about finding certain biomes around my house is I know where everything is. All right, guys, I don't want to scare you. I don't know why I left you here, to be honest. Are you breeding? How are you breeding? There's no beds. You really can find love in the most unlikely places, can't you? But anyway, you're not going to survive the night unless we do something drastic, like hide you in here. And then I'm just going to leave them to do whatever they're doing in there. And the next step is quite simple. We just have to wait for that sun to go down so it gets dark. Another villager? Mate, you won't survive the night either. Okay, well, you won't survive the night if I keep hitting you. That was an accident. But it's for your own good. I have to put them in holes on their own nowadays, otherwise you just get love hearts popping up. But anyway, whilst I wait for the sun to set, I'm going to grab a raft. And because you can now put leads on boats, this is going to be much, much easier. Here we go. The darkness has descended. And now we just wait for a bogged to spawn. I hope those 2 are going to be alright in there. So far, I haven't seen one, but I'm sure I'll get one eventually. In fact, we've already got one. So you can go in a boat. There we go. And you see, this is the beauty of having... Why is there a creeper in there with you? It's just never simple, is it? Are you seriously going to attack him? No. No. Hey, leave him alone. Get away. No, creeper, don't blow up. Okay, well, we lost the first bog, hey, but at least the boat's okay. But as for the second one, guys, don't all attack each other now. Come on, we can work this out. You're kind of cool, you've got armor, but I'm not going to have you for my collection. I just need you to get into this boat. I'm going to end up dying of poison, aren't I? 1.5 hearts and a dream. Okay, half a heart and a dream. Yeah, maybe I should do a little bit of eating. You guys can't swim. Oh, the joke's on you. You can't get to me. Where did he go? Did he transform into a sheep? My goodness, I feel like I've been at this all night. I don't think my guy over there is going to survive. Quick, SP, you can do this. Throw him on fires. There we go. We saved him. Now I can fly away, let everything else despawn. That really was some quick thinking, wasn't it? And from there, I can attach the lead to the boat and drag him along. Okay, we've got a pig as well. We don't mind. We're just going to make sure that he doesn't keep hitting me with his arrows. Although, to be honest, my armor's good enough. As long as I keep eating, then I should be okay. Oh, it's raining now. Well, you'll definitely be fine. I suppose we are going to be going into snow, though. And then the rain will not save him. Now, the great thing about being able to put a boat on a lead is... Wait, what has happened? Oh, no. I've lost him. I got so close, then I dropped him. I can see the pig over there. Is he going to drown now? Poor guy can't swim. I don't know how that happened. It was fine for so long. Well, just excuse me one moment. There we go. I can now build upwards to lift him onto the ice. That's really, really good. And he is now safely into the mob room. It'd actually be really cool if I could put him with these guys, because he'd be with his own kind, but we haven't really got space. Unless we move the kitty cat. I suppose that's an option, but it's not an option I'm going to worry about right now. The priority instead is to go out and track down a breeze. I'm currently about 25,000 blocks from my house, and usually you would use a cartographer to buy a map, and then that would allow you to find a trial chambers. But if you press F3 and 1, you get a little pie chart in the bottom right. It's actually very little. I feel like I need a magnifying glass to read it. Anyway, if you press 4, then 1 and 3, you can see that in my render distance, there's currently a mob spawner. And if I bump my render distance up to 16 chunks, you'll see that now there is 2 more things. A vault and a trial spawner. So those are currently somewhere in my render distance. Now, if I lower my render distance to 10, you'll see that they unload. And now I need to go in all 4 directions. Okay, well, if we go in this direction, we get a vault appear. If we go, let's try maybe this direction. Okay, so somewhere in this direction by 10 chunks, there is a trial spawner. So I've gone 10 chunks this way. Now I changed my render distance to 2, and it's still loaded in, which means it's pretty near. I think it's in that direction. Like if I go here, it disappears. I come here. Yeah, so if we go like 3 chunks this way, I would estimate that there is a trial chambers somewhere around about here. So all that is left to do is dig on down, and the general area I've found a trial chambers to be is around -10, which we've hit, and we're straight in. Look at that. Ah, brilliant. Who needs maps when you can just do that? Now, of course, this is the guy we're after, so let's go ahead and try and get him in a boat if we can. There we go, we got him. Okay, perfect. Now, we need him to stop damaging himself. I think somebody is... Oh, is there poison here or something? That's not good. I also need to make sure that I don't personally die as well. Oh, look at that. We got a key. Should we just use it and see what we get? Oh, emeralds. Amazing. Oh, and a diamond chestplate. That's actually pretty good loot. Pretty good loot that I don't really need. I mean, I could trade for a diamond chestplate if I wanted it. But it is cool nonetheless. I think, yeah, it's in here. This is where the poison is. Let's get rid of that so we don't have to worry about it. And then we must build a portal. And it's pretty much going to be the same as before. We're going to get the portal above the bedrock. This is such an inefficient way to dig up, by the way. Just using my elytra stuff. But, hey, it works at the very least. Oh, my last firework rocket as well. Perfect. Up we go. Is that the portal I built before? Ah, to be honest with you, they're almost connected. Not quite, but almost did. Yep, you weren't close enough. And now you must be destroyed. Although this portal now doesn't connect to the one I just made. Why does this have to happen? I should have got exact coordinates and divided them. Then it would have been 100% accurate. Instead, yeah, we're just going to keep ending up through here. Right, let's try and get back to the trial chambers. Here's the hole that I dug before. Okay, well, down to 1 heart. Nice one, SP. This right here is the exact spot that the portal should be. And it properly links up. That is very, very nice. So now let's attach the boat to the lead and hopefully drag him through. I'll tell you what, this update has made getting mobs into portals so much easier, isn't it? Because now I don't have to sit in the boat with you like I used to have to. Instead, we can run away. Well, we could run away, but we're actually going in the wrong direction. Instead, this is the correct way home. Also, when I get hit by his wind charges, it gives me a little boost from my elytra as well, which is kind of nice. It's always funny when I'm going along the nether roof and I just see random portals that I made some other time. Well, thanks to the new boats on leads, getting you back was an absolute breeze. Yeah, okay, I had to make that joke at least once. So now that every mob is here, where am I going to put them? I know it's not ideal, but Minecraft is going to keep adding more mobs, so I'm thinking maybe the floor could be the next place. Although maybe I'll be at 10,000 days and the series is over by the time there's more mobs. I don't know. But yeah, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to remove this panda here. Because at the end of the day, okay, I don't need this floor filled with all the mobs' faces. Like, of course I like it. I think it looks cool. But it would also look cool to have mobs down here. And because these spaces are a little bit bigger, that means I can make their actual homes bigger and almost have it like it's a bit of an enclosure. That's all 3 holes dug. It'd be better if I had a 4th mob to add, wouldn't it? But yeah, we haven't got that many. And I'm going to try and create a bit of a swamp theme for this first one. That the armadillo's going to... No, I'm just kidding. That the bog is going to live in. So we're going to need mud. I think that'll help. Bit of muddy mangrove roots. Yeah, that'll never go awry. Yeah, I can definitely make something work with all of this stuff. So for the walls, I'm thinking mangrove logs. Oh my goodness, I was today years old when I found out you can craft muddy mangrove roots. That's cool, because I'm now going to use those as the walls. Next is going to be a mixture of grass, roots, and mud, which creates something that, in my opinion, is looking kind of cool. Yeah, I reckon the Bogd is going to love it. I can even throw down a few mushrooms for extra decoration. And then let's get him in. I'm going to get him in the old-fashioned way by luring him as he comes towards me. Although having said that, I'm not sure I really trust him, so you keep shooting and I'll drop you in. And from there, the final piece of the puzzle is glass for the roof, but I forgot to name tag him. I'm such an idiot. Just give me one moment. There we go, and you shall forever be known as Bogman. And you definitely won't despawn this time either. Now, as for the armadillo, I reckon it should be in a very savanna-like enclosure. So I'll start with a grass floor. It is a little bit of a shame that I can't choose the color of the grass, but I've got an idea to maybe help that. And that is to instead change pretty much all of it to be grass path. I think it does fit the aesthetics a little bit better, doesn't it? Just won't help when I want to make my little acacia trees, which I don't have enough leaves for. This is not looking great, is it? I think it's looking good, especially with the topping. I just definitely need to get another leaf for there. But that shouldn't be an issue, because I've got a sapling. I've got 2 bone meal. Come on, bone meal. 1, 2. Yeah, it was never going to work, was it? Thankfully, there's plenty more. You know, if the next, another 2 doesn't do it, I don't even want the tree. No idea why I didn't just grab more. Why is there always a creeper, guys? Somebody tell me, why is there always a creeper? Are you kidding me? Right, I'll be back for you later. Instead, I've got to try and work out how I'm going to safely get all these armadillos down without any of them dying. Okay, well, I'm just going to take one for now. Do they take fall damage? Should we find out? No, I'm just kidding. Let's put you in a boat and then just drag the boat down. Then it won't take any fall damage. Look at that. How do you fit? Oh, we could go on this platform together. Oh, can I go in the boat with you? Oh, this is actually kind of cool. You can kind of make yourself like a flying boat. Okay, well, you know, it's not working. The idea was there, if nothing else. Anyway, you just go in there. I tell you what, the fact that you curl up and stop makes life much easier in sending you through a portal. And now you can be dragged upwards and added to your new home. Now, thankfully, armadillos don't despawn, so you don't need to worry about the name tag. The tree has grown, so I can get that leaf. And I also want to add a few white dots in the wall just to kind of decorate it that little bit more. Perfect. That is the armadillo also sorted, which means now it's all about the breeze. And I'm thinking that because the breeze exclusively comes from the trial chambers, for the floor, I think I'm going to use some of the new tough blocks. Or maybe it would make more sense for the walls, because that's how it actually is in the trial chamber. So let's give that a go. And for the rest of the build, I want to use copper blocks. Ideally, I want to use oxidized copper. But to get that, you have to place normal copper blocks and wait ages and ages, and I ain't got time for that. I want to see the finished result now. So it's a good thing that there's an easier way. You see, if I go back to the place where I found that breeze, there's loads of oxidized copper ready and waiting for me. And there's regular waxed copper blocks as well, which will be handy too. I reckon at this point I should have enough. So let's fly back home and build the rest of the chamber. There we are. In my opinion, it actually looks really cool, doesn't it? And now all that is left to do is get the breeze, and he seems to have picked up a little armadillo passenger. This should be so straightforward. I think I just have to bring him. Yep, and he's in. I'm hoping this portal goes to the same place as that little portal down there. Of course it does. And I might regret this, but I'm going to release the armadillo, and then I'm going to get this guy into a chest. A chest? I mean, a boat. They're two completely different things. I can bring him upstairs. Oh, brilliant. The lead is on the boat is honestly the greatest thing ever. Honestly, leave those guys alone, mate. All right, come up the other stairs. I'm willing to make an exception and take you through the window. Oh, no, is he out of the boat? Oh, no. It's just a broken lead. Nothing to panic about. Through the window you come. And down these stairs to your new home. Before I do anything else, I'm going to name you Breeze Boy. Yeah, that's a great name for him, I think. And I hope he doesn't jump out. I need to block it up before he does, because I know what he's like. But ladies and gentlemen, the mob collection is now once again complete. That really does feel like a job well done, doesn't it? And in doing all those processes, I did end up breaking a pair of elytra, so I can repair them at this XP farm. I'll be honest, guys, I forgot to press record. I, stopped the recording whilst I was at that farm, and then, yeah, I forgot to press record again. Long story short, I'm looking for a pillager outpost. I found this pixel art that I made some time ago. Pretty cool. Yeah, I'm looking for an outpost to build an ominous bottle farm. I do technically have a pillager captain farm, but it's not super effective, so I want to make one that's a little bit faster. But that means I need to find a pillager outpost that's in a good spot in a nice flat area. Not really like this one. The area just isn't flat enough. It's just a bit hilly, and it's in a desert, which I kind of want to avoid if I can. To be honest, after the Caves and Cliffs update, it's a bit of a nightmare to find any outpost that is not on a hill. Like, seriously, this one would be an absolute nightmare. Although I could get a free ominous bottle from you, good sir. Okay, this one I think has potential. In fact, no, it's perfect. This is the one. Oh, he's already iron golems here as well. Wait, have I already been here? I must have been here. I must have let you guys out. When and why, I have no idea, but you're welcome. When did I ever come here? And I stole all the hay bales. I must have been desperate for them. Yeah, I've done some exploring. Sorry, guys. I've been here before, and I'm back to ruin your home even more now. Guys, look, I'm trying to build it. I'm trying to do a bit of terraforming for you, and you're just ruining it. But yeah, this is the rough distance that I need to flatten out the area, so it's all on the same level as the outpost. Tell you what, you think that the land is flat, but then once you start mining, you realize that to make it completely flat does take a little bit of effort, doesn't it? But that is why I didn't want to build it anywhere near a mountain, because then it would have taken forever. I also have to get rid of all the little structures that they built. Nothing can remain. There we go. Everything's flat. You guys are really annoying me. And now I'm going to start spawn-proofing the area with torches. For this layer, I need to destroy all the walls. Hey, will you just leave me alone? But yeah, now I'm going to remove all of these walls and the staircase too. This is where things probably get a little bit more annoying, but on this bottom level, I'm also going to destroy the stairs and all of the walls as well. Wait, look, guys, just please stop shooting me. You're all ganging up on me. I'm hoping that's going to be the last of them for a while. I'm guessing the golems have all died, sadly. There we go. Now, the next step is going to be to connect walls all the way around the outside. Tell you what, since I added the walls, it's actually a lot more peaceful. I'm just adding the storage that will collect the bottles, but yeah, they can't get me. In fact, I don't even see any spawning now. Oh, well, maybe I spoke too soon. Outside every single chest, we are going to add some hoppers. Next, I need to add a bunch of trapdoors, crimson gates, slabs, and lava. Now, I can also add some water. And that is going to really push them into the lava. Yeah, that'll teach you. And what is going to lure all of the pillagers to the middle? Well, an iron golem, of course. And there also needs to be one up here as well. Easy. Sorry, mate. You banged your head, didn't you? But anyway, that is pretty much it. I makes a kind of cool pattern to the torches on the roof, don't they? An X on the roof. Anyway, we are going to place down plenty of scaffolding and climb to the top. Or fly. That's probably quicker. This slab roof will stop the phantoms. And that is it. The farm is done. At the bottom here, pillagers are spawning, and they go for the golems, and they end up burning once they go to the water. From there, ominous bottles go into the chest, and it spawns a lot very fast. I mean, look at them over there. You also get the ominous banners, which is like an extra little bonus thing, you could say. I'm going to make sure to get all my scaffolding back. You know, we don't want to waste it. It's so satisfying, isn't it? Look at it go. But yeah, ominous bottles are going to be so useful in 1.21. So it's an important thing that I have a good source of them, which is right down there. Just look at them go. It gets me 300 bottles an hour, so I'm going to chill here for that amount of time and see if it's true, I suppose. Plenty of time has passed. Let's have a little look. How good has the loot been? I also like that the golems don't get any damage. They never quite get close enough, do they, to get him. Let's have a look. Oh, brilliant. Look at all of these bottles. This is... Okay, did the golem just get hit behind me? I'm sorry, I'm the problem, aren't I, golem? I'm very sorry about that. Oh, we get extra mobs as well in there, apparently. Anyway, let's grab all of these. Look at it. That's going to be brilliant for raid farms and all sorts. So this is very, very useful indeed. I'm going to sleep because I kind of feel under threat. And we're there, ladies and gentlemen. 9,000 days in hardcore Minecraft. That's kind of insane, isn't it? And that means that there are just 1,000 days to go until the series ends. Wow. We really are in the end game now, aren't we? Every single hardcore video is going to tick closer and closer to that incredible number of 10,000. But we're not there yet. There's still plenty of other things that I want to do and projects to complete so we can enjoy the next 1,000 days whilst they last. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. And yes, that was 9,000 days in hardcore Minecraft. Oh, and how cool does the poster look? Go and get one at sp737.store.